هنسوي الحين بالضبط.
Okay, so today's this topic that is very important, and it is the backbone of your thesis. And everybody, if they want to, I mean, your not only the committee members, your advisor, but any other person who want to read your thesis, this is the most interesting part for him or her. So that is, you need to spend a lot of time on the literature review, because this is how you can, push the readers in order to read your thesis. Okay, so if you make it good, they will be interested, they will read it, they will, pose questions, and they will help you to improve your thesis. But if the literature review is not very strong, nobody would like to, review it. So this is the most important part. So how you need to write literature review? These are some general guidelines. I mean, it's best that you take this route and try to follow this. It will eventually improve your thesis. It will improve your quality of your work, and hopefully it will be very pleasing if you follow these guidelines. So you need to introduce the literature review by pointing out the major research topic. So make it, I mean, for example, if you are discussing something which can be helpful for the environment, so you need to discuss a broader problem of environment. Okay, so then you can discuss some, solutions, and then you can eventually come up with your solution and why your solution is important. Okay, so broader problem, then some solutions, what the other guys have already done, and what you are going to do. So this is should be the you can see a layout of literature review. Identify the broad problem area, but don't be too global. So what does it mean by that? For example, if you are discussing the history of education, so I mean, when you are discussing specific instructional strategy, don't go in more detail about the history of education. Just discuss what kind of institutional strategies are there, and then come up with your strategy. Now, similarly, you can take the example of you know environmental problems. For example, if it is you know like climatic changes, like renewable energies. So you can discuss a broader problem and then come up with the solution. Uh, and also, literature review is important because this is a kind of evidence that you are going to use in order to help the whoever read your thesis that your work is important. It is not something that is coming out from some out of nowhere. So people have already paid attention, and that is why you are working on this work. Okay. So discuss the general importance of your topic for those in your field. So you don't need to explain to the layman. So whoever is going to read your thesis, they have some idea already that what you are doing. So you don't need to explain the nitty-gritty. You just need to be clear and discuss in a language that engineer or scientist can understand. You don't need to be very general or uh, for a layman. Also, you shouldn't attempt to cover everything written on your topic. Okay, so just nowadays, even if you see some of the research papers, they normally focus, I mean, after some basic research paper, they come up with the 5 years research papers. Okay, so you are writing the literature review, you can take some very old paper, and then 70%, or you can say 60-70% of your paper should be not more than 5 years old. Okay, and then you can find the work that is related to you and then start writing on this. You need to pick out the research most relevant to the topic you are studying. You will use the studies in your literature review as evidence that your research question is an important one. So don't be very much, global. Try to be specific, and then use this evidence that other people are very much interested, and that is why you took this work as a research topic. Also, it is important to cover research relevant to all the variables. So, for example, if you are discussing some solution, there may be some method of fixing that solution. So those solutions, they can be variables. Okay, so you need to discuss how other people were you know they they try to fix this problem, and why your variable is different than the others. Okay, so this is how you should plan your work. So as I explained it to you, like for example, if we are discussing why we need a paradigm shift from conventional energy resources to renewable energy resources. So then the variables are, the conventional resources are limited. Then the other variable is, there is a lot of CO2 emission. The third variable could be, because of the climatic change, and also because of the trouble in the world. It's better to have something that people can make energy without any problems. Okay, so these are some variables. So I mean, according to your research area, you need to find variables, you need to find different solutions, different ways to tackle your problem. The problem is your thesis title, so you need to fix that title by using variables, and then providing some information to solve these variables. The literature review is organized by many methods. You can use chronological order. So, for example, if you're discussing a big problem, so you can discuss the problem. Then you can discuss why this problem is very much problematic. Then what is the solution for you? What are the other solution, and what is the your solution? So this is called topical order. Problem, why it is a big problem, then what other people have done in order to solve that problem, and what you are going to do in your thesis in order to fix that problem. Okay, then this is called topical order. Then this is a chronological order. Organize the literature by the dates of the research was published. So you can, first of all, you can use some very old paper. You can say that this problem is not, I mean, it's been here for a long time, and people are trying to solve this problem. In 2000 they did this, in 2005 they did this, 2010 they come up with this idea, and 2015, and keep on going like this. And then you can say, now in 2020 we are going to fix this problem with this method. So you can give your research methodology at the end of literature review. Then the topical order and the problem cause solution order, they are almost similar. Okay, so you can I mean, these things are, you can relate them easily with each other. Then general to specific order, it is also called a funnel approach. Examine broad based research first, and then focus on specific studies that relate to the topic. So, for example, if somebody is studying some typical type of a cancer, and then some kind of a solution for that, so you can discuss a broader cancer spec problems, and then come up with the thing that you are discussing. Specific to general order, try to discuss specific research studies so conclusion can be drawn, and then very specific, that you just keep on working on one thing that is the topic of your work, topic of your thesis. Just, I mean, start explaining that problem from the beginning. Very specific type of literature review. So from all these ideas, topical order is mostly used. Okay, it is a little bit easier, and you can compare, combine all three together in one. You can combine any of these three, but general to specific order, it's a little bit difficult and tricky, and maybe it is for the PhD work. So first three you use very easily. After reviewing the literature, summarize that has been done, and this is the most important slide. Okay, why we are doing the literature review? So summarize what has been done, what has not been done, and what needs to be done. Okay, so from this question you can create the importance of your work. Okay, what needs to be done? Okay, so what has been done, what has not been done, and what needs to be done, and then you can say, since the people haven't been didn't focus on this area, so that is why we are going to try to solve this part. Remember, you are arguing your point of view why your study is important. So then by explaining to the readers that your work is important because other people haven't done, or still there are some problems that need to be fixed, and that is why your work is very important. So then forward research question and or state a hypothesis. Be sure this is a clearly linked to your literature review. And here you can put your question that, okay, in this work, we are going to solve the problem by using this and this method. Okay, so I mean, if you read any research paper, you will find at the last paragraph of the introduction part, they basically explain the whole strategy of their work. Okay, so I will show you one example. Let's open any of the paper. So that basically the last paragraph of the introduction part. Introduction part is where we use our literature review. It is the most important part. Okay, and here basically they explain what they are going to do in the research paper. So the research paper is very similar to thesis work. So you can also use the same strategy, discuss all in the literature review, what has been done, what has not been done, and what is needed to be done. And then you can put your summary of your work in the last paragraph of your literature review. Then in this work, we are going to do such and such thing. I'm going to show you one research paper just to make this clear that what I'm discussing about. It is uploading. This is one of our paper that we published a long time ago. So you see here, so this is the introduction part. For the last 2 decades, the interest in the development of dye-sensitized solar cell is such and such. So keep on going, explain different parts of dye-sensitized solar cells. And then in the last paragraph, you see here, where is it? So nickel oxide films obtained were sensitized with the organic dye, and the combination of these dyes were studied. To our knowledge, this is the first report on nanopores nickel oxide were prepared with the scalable method for p-type dye-sources. So here, this is now, you can say, to our knowledge, this is the first report on the use of nickel oxide. All right. So this is how, I mean, there are many ways that you can write your work, but this is one of the method that you can use in your work as well. Now let's go back to the topic. So in the literature review, you need to cite all the references. To sum, a literature review should include introduction, summary. So to sum, a literature review should include introduction, summary, and critique of journal articles, justifications for your research, and the hypothesis of your research work. So this is all needed to be written in literature review. Okay. So now, as you see here, uh, I wrote, I put this line here. All sources cited in the literature review should be listed in references. So now this will take me to the next, topic, which is how to insert references in your thesis. Okay, I will show you one very good software which is called EndNote. How to import references, how to make a library, and then how to insert those references into your thesis. Don't do these errors. Review isn't logically organized, review isn't focused, review doesn't relate literature with the study. Too few references. Too few references means like 10 references. 10 is not enough. Like you need to have 20, 30 references at least. Review isn't written in author's own words. So please, whenever you are copying something, try to change it into your own words. Otherwise, it is called plagiarism. Even though you put the reference, but you didn't change the writing, then it is called plagiarism. Plagiarism is should be did because I think there is a 15% limit. If your thesis is more than 15% copied, it will not be accepted. Review reads like a series of disjointed summaries, so there should be some connection. Everything needs to be connected with the next line. Review doesn't argue a point, and review references are omitted, so please don't do these things. So plagiarism is a thing that should be avoided. I must, bring this to your attention that in Germany, I think one of the minister, she had to resign from her office, that because after like in 85 she did her PhD, and then in 2000, I think 18 or 19, I don't remember exactly when, they did a plagiarism check and they found her thesis were plagiarized. So she had to resign. So don't do anything so afterwards when you become something big and they did the check on your thesis and they found you plagiarized. So don't do any plagiarism. Okay. This is one story, but the other thing is it's ethically wrong to copy some other people's work. You can copy, but you need to write it in your own words. This is to avoid plagiarism. Okay. Now let's go to the next part of the presentation, which is how to use EndNote in order to in order to insert references. Uh, this is EndNote X5. It started with X1, X2, X3, X4, X5. Now X8 is also well, but they are almost similar. Okay, there are no big differences. So I will just give you some basics. It's the slides are 130. I'm not going to show you all. So, but the thing that will be enough for you so that you could utilize this software. The library will give you the license. You need to write an email to the library, and they will send you the link how to download or how to use the EndNote. Tribal library, they have this software with them. Okay. So what is EndNote for? It builds a personal reference library. It is a search databases and export references, and you can customize EndNote and you can insert citation and build bibliography. So first of all, when you install EndNote and when you double click on the EndNote icon, it opens something like this. Okay, so if this is the first time, then click on this, create a new library. When you click on this, it will take you to my documents. So it's better that you create a new folder and put that this my EndNote library file into that folder, because there are two files that will be saved. One is resource data and the other one is this resources library. So make a new folder and then copy these two folders here, because I will I mean, if you want to copy your data into another computer, you just need to copy these two files and put it there into your other computer, and all of your references will travel from here to another computer. So then when you will be able to see something like this. So it has references, and here you can create some groups, and here these are some editing references groups, etc., other tools. This is where you will see references, and here you will see, if you click on one reference, it will show the details of that reference here. I will show you one by one, so don't worry. So first of all, how to add a new reference. If the reference is not there in the either in the Google Scholar or other reference websites, you can write the reference by yourself. Just click on here plus sign, and it will, or you can just go to references and new reference. You can either plus here or you can go here. So once you go to the new reference, it will open a page like this. You just need to provide the information of author, year, all as much information as possible. Okay, and then once the information is there, also you need to, if it is a journal article, you just need to select journal article, and then fill in the record fields. This is the author, this is the year, title, and where if it is a book, you need to just put a book title here. So you see, you can select a book from here, and once everything you are happy with these details, you just close this button and it will come to the front side. So you see, this is the book Hickey, GI. These are the authors you see here: Hickey, Fletcher, and Winter. These three are authors. The book name is Genetics, published in Abingdon, and Taylor and Francis is the publisher. So all these details are here. You see, this is the book, and now this is how you can add the reference. Okay, I mean, if you cannot find in Google Scholar or other, I will show you how to find the reference. Reference style can also be changed. I think for your thesis you have to use APA style. It's up to every department has as a booklet as a template. You just need to follow your departmental template and which kind of style they have recommended. So you just go to here, select another style, and from here you can select, just if you click on this, select another style, it will pop up a new window, something like this. And from here, this is all the type of styles available in the world. If it is not available, you can find the style. Just in the Google, just type the name of the style that you want to find, and the EndNote website will take you to its style. You can copy and then you can save that into program files. So for example, if you want to copy Harvard, just select Harvard and then choose. So here the Harvard style will appear, and the you know the this this is the article. Now it is according to the new style, which is Harvard style. Okay. You can also create groups. So for example, if you are working on your thesis and you are also working using EndNote for any of your classwork, you can click create group, and the groups will appear here. You can make a capstone group here, or you can create the course group here. Just write a name and it will appear here in the group. And then you can select the references and just drag them there in the group. This will go to that group. The references will go to that group. Now Export database information into EndNote. How to export database? There are many libraries, there are many websites, Science Direct, Web of Knowledge, Google Scholar. These are the most commonly used resources. Mendeley is another one. Web of Knowledge, the Teva University, they have given you access of Web of Knowledge. If you want to find any literature of your thesis, you just need to go to the library, Teva library, and then resources and go to the Web of Knowledge. It will take you to this page. Okay. And if you are working on your thesis, just write the thesis article, whatever you want to search. So here the example is diabetes. So we just need to write diabetes and click on search. So all the papers that are related to diabetes, you can see. So all the papers that are related to diabetes are appearing here. Then you will in the web of knowledge, you will see EndNote, you will see Web+Endnote, you will see some other things. So click the papers that you want to export into EndNote. Just click here. Click on EndNote. This will be marked like this when the box are checked. Now you see more. You have selected 12 paper. He has selected 12 papers. Okay. So look at this numbers. If you want to select 3, you can select 3. And also when you click on EndNote, you can put the abstract, you can put title, you can as many information that you want to put. If you don't want to have abstract, you can uncheck abstract. Once you are happy with all this information, just click on EndNote and it will appear. So you see here 12 records are now opened in EndNote. That's easy. Okay. And now once they are here, you can insert that into your Word file whenever is needed. Okay. Similarly, you can use, so all this information, you see abstract is there, URL is there, it means as many information that you want to put here is there. Exporting in the Google Scholar. Google Scholar is nowadays mostly used because you don't need any access, you don't need to go to library, e-library. You can just go to Google Scholar, write the same kind of research that you want to go. But first of all, you have to just click on here. Click here. This is the settings page. It will take you to settings page. Go to settings. Then when you click on settings, here it's a bibliographic manager. Once the Google Scholar, it will not have any link once you put your research. I mean, when you want to search some database, it will not have anything. So you need to go to the settings, check here, and once you click here, it will open 3-4 different options: BibTeX, EndNote, Reference Manager, and ReferenceWorks. Select EndNote, then save your Google Scholar, and you will see one link will be added into your Google Scholar. So for example, if you are searching some database for science and engineering, this link will only appear if you go to settings and then click on here and select EndNote and then save. Okay. So once here this link is available, so whatever search if you want to search here diabetes, you will find the diabetes paper here. So you click on here, then a file will appear here in the downloads. Click on this file and it will open in the EndNote. Okay, and then you can drag into your groups. Clear? And then you can select the style that you want to use. APA is the style that the thesis industrial engineering department they have selected. You need to select your according to your template, whatever template you are using in electrical, mechanical, architecture, etc. Now, how to insert citation in the document? This is this is why we are doing this. Once you have installed EndNote, you will see in this one extra tab will appear in your Word file. This will be look like this. Okay, so it will be an extra tab, EndNote X5. You see here, normally if the Word file, if you don't have EndNote, this tab will not appear here. But once you have installed EndNote, it will appear here. Okay, so click on this and you will find, so for example, if you want to insert one reference here, so you click on this, go to EndNote, okay, and select this paper, whatever paper you want to insert in your reference, into your document. Then go to insert citation and click here, insert selected citation. So that paper will be cited here according to the style. So here it is using Harvard copy. So he modified some of the style, and now it is using according to that style. So once you do use APA, it will be you follow the bibliography will be listed according to the APA style. So this will be your reference. You can put heading here, references, and take this to the last page of your thesis. Okay, so automatically it will be updated. It will keep on updating. So for example, if you want to change something and you found some other reference and you want to insert something here, you just click here, go to the EndNote, select that reference, and when you insert citation, that reference will be updated first. So that reference will come here and this will become the second reference. Okay, clear? So that's it. The EndNote, as you can see here, two references can also be added. Okay, so you just need to select both references together and click on the insert citation. Two references will be collectively inserted in the document. So that's all from the two topics. First of all, how to write a literature review and how to insert the references by using EndNote. Okay, editing is also possible. If you want to carry out some editing, you can go to edit citation and you can remove. I mean, these things are not very important right now. I mean, inserting is more critical for you guys, and editing normally, because you are going to use only one style, so normally we don't need to do any much more editing once you are edit the reference. Okay, that's all for these two topics, the literature review and the EndNote. And thank you very much for attending this session, and good luck for your thesis. Do well, and best wishes. Bye from my side.